A very pleasant morning to all of you. Your presence add an exceptional significance to this event. About Lingaya's Vidyapeeth, it is an esteemed university with 25 years of legacy and a pioneer in academics which offers a wide range of undergraduate, postgraduate and doctorate programs across various fields of study including sciences, humanities, social sciences and professional management disciplines. We provide a diverse and vibrant community where students can engage in extracurricular activities from lifelong connections and broaden their horizons. We have a unique identity, mission and values, making it a dynamic and influential university in global education landscape. I am deeply delighted to welcome you all on the international conference here today. This event is a testament to power of collective knowledge, innovation and collaboration. As we all gather here from around the world, we are not just participating in a conference, we are participating and being a part of the global community dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, the exchange of ideas and the advancement of our respective fields. Our international conference on Ignite Empowering Innovation and Leadership Conference that reflects the complex challenges and exciting opportunities that lie ahead. It is a thorough process of introductions, discussions and presentation that we hope to uncover new sites and forge new connections. I want to extend my sincere gratitude to management, chief guests, eminent speakers, convener, our organizing committee, and each and every one of you who have come for contribution to making this event a reality. Let us seize the moment to learn, to share, and to inspire each other. Together, we can drive information, shape the future, and make a long-lasting impact on the respective fields. Now, before starting any occasion, it is a tradition of Lingaya's Vidyapeeth to pay respect and take blessings of Goddess Saraswati by doing the lamp lighting. I request the team to please play the Rastu Saraswati Vandana and I request the team members to please come forward and do the honors of lamp lighting. Thank you so much, dignitaries. And now let us embark this journey of knowledge and discovery together. Thank you so much. Now the time has come to open up the international conference and I request Chancellor Sir, Pro-Chancellor Sir and our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Justin Paul Sir, to do the honors by opening the scroll. Request the team to please bring the scroll.
I declare that this conference is open.
Thank you so much, sir. Moving further in the event, I thank all the dignitaries for doing the honor. And moving further, there is a special video created by the digital team for the international conference, and I would like to request them to please play the video so that we can have a look at that. Can we please give a round of applause? That would be really appreciated. Thank you so much, everyone. Moving further, to take the ceremony forward, we have Professor Dr. Smriti Mahajan, convener and attorney of School of Commerce and Management for this conference. She is a woman of multiple accomplishments and various credentials. Ma'am has a doctorate in green marketing and have numerous patents, books, and research papers to her credit. I would like to call Ma'am on the dais to say a few words, please.
A very good morning to one and all present here. So today we are seeing the LeadershipX, the International Innovation and Leadership Conference. It is indeed a privilege and an honor to stand by before you today as the convener of this prestigious international conference. First of all, I would like to honor our chief guest and the guest of honor, Chief Guest Dr. Atul Khosla and Dr. Justin Paul. I would like to thank you to our Chancellor Sir and our Pro-Chancellor Sir. With their leadership and with their honor, we are here standing in front of you, and a dream has came true that we are organizing this international conference. I would like to begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you of being here. Your presence here today represents a diverse tapestry of knowledge, experience, and perspectives that will undoubtedly enrich our conference. We are delighted to have participants from all corners of the world. and your contribution are the driving force behind the success of this event. The theme of our conference is Ignite, Empowering Innovation and Leadership for Thriving Startups. It's not merely a collection of words, but it is a testament to our shared commitment to exploring and advancing our understanding of innovation and leadership. Our goal over the next 2 days is to foster collaboration, exchange ideas, and chart a path forward that will leave a lasting impact in our respective fields. Throughout this conference, you will have the opportunity to engage in enlightening sessions, discussions, thought-provoking discussions more, and forge meaningful connections with fellow researchers, participants, and professionals. We have curated a diverse program that is going to encompass a wide range of topics, ensuring that there is something for everyone. I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to our guest of honor, Dr. Paul, panel speakers, Dr. Tanu, Dr. Divya, Dr. Kanta, our team R&D, and the session presenters, without whom this event would not have been possible. Their expertise and insights will undoubtedly inspire us all. I must also acknowledge the tireless efforts of our organizing committee, volunteers, and our sponsors, ICSSR, for their invaluable support in making this conference a reality. Their dedication is truly commendable. I encourage you to make the most out of this conference by actively participating in sessions, networking with your peers, and sharing your own research and experiences. Let us seize this moment to learn, grow, and ultimately contribute to the greater body of knowledge that we all hold here. Once again, thank you for gracing this occasion with your presence. I wish you all a fruitful and memorable LeadershipX, the International Innovation and Leadership Conference. Let's begin this journey by exploration, enlightenment, and collaboration with enthusiasm and an open heart. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such enlightening words to start off with the conference. Moving further, we have Pro-Chancellor, Professor Dr. N.K. Soni, sir. Sir graduated from Regional Engineering College, Kurukshetra, and a postgraduate in Control System and Advanced Electronics from REC, and did his PhD from Kurukshetra University in collaboration with IIT Delhi. Sir has published more than 200 papers in various journals and conferences of international and national level. Sir has guided more than 222 PhD scholars and is a member of many university bodies like Executive Councils, Academic Councils, Board of Studies, etc. He has been also associated with NIT Kurukshetra for 33 years at the level of Dean and Director. Sir has a vast experience of decades, both as an academician and as a corporate. It is an honor and privilege to call you on the dais, sir, to give your blessings. I request Professor Dr. N.K. Soni, sir, to please come on the dais. Can you please clap and
Good morning to everybody. So today's chief guests, Dr. Paul and Dr. Justin, our Chancellor, respected Dr. Bede, my all guest of honors and distinguished guest, Dr. Sudeep Grover, Dr. Amit Seth, Dr. Santosh, Dr. Priti, convener of this conference, Dr. Vogel, the President of the University, our different guests sitting here, these Professor Adi Department, visitors, ladies and gentlemen. It's really an honor for us to conduct an international conference, and the initiative has been taken by the Dr. Smriti. International Conference, the topic has been chosen a very good topic, which really justifies the leadership and the innovation. I feel today the leadership is an old term, but innovation is a new term. When you combine this leadership with the innovation, this becomes a LeadershipX. Why it has become so important? Because it depends upon the organization. If the leader is very innovative, a leader is very learner, that fellow will bring that organization to a very high level. And to have a startup in the beginning, you have to be very innovative. If along with the leadership, which we have to show, and for entrepreneurs, spirit and further the innovation, these are so important nowadays that any business you can bring it to a high level. I hope that this conference, which consists of many researchers, professors, industrialist persons, and students, they will sit together and they will make a required strategy for such a type of leadership. I wish all the best for the success of this conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words have surely left an incredible impact on the audience. Now, the time has come and it is my immense pleasure to stand up before you and introduce a remarkable leader, a visionary and the driving force behind the achievements and success of Lingaya's Vidyapeeth, our Chancellor, Dr. Vidyapeeth, sir. He is an embodiment of dedication, knowledge and leadership, with an illustrious personality and an unwavering commitment to the pursuit of knowledge. Sir is the chairman of Lingaya Society and Lingaya's group of companies for over 3 decades. He is an ex-chairman of Sardar Vallabhbhai Institute of Management, Government of India, Secretary of All India University Federations, founder member of Haryana Council Society, Government of Haryana. Sir has been received numerous awards that recognizes achievements and contribution in the field of education. A notable accolades includes Bharat Gaurav International Achievement Award, Global Education Achievers, honored as a super real hero by United Nations Lifetime Achievement Award. These are just to name a few. And on that note, I request Sir to please come on the stage and address the audience with words of wisdom. Can you please put a huge round of applause, everyone?
Morning, everyone. All my esteemed guests, chancellors, and my colleagues sitting on the dais, as well as the guests who have, or participants who have really taken out their time to attend this conference. First of all, I welcome you to Lingaya's Vidyapeeth. I am very happy that the Department of Management has taken a very, again I'll say, innovative topic, which is really very important to understand, because if you see very frankly, in the world, everybody's eyes are on India, because India has got a maximum number of startups. Plus point is with their population or whatever you call it. But for all startups, you need a leader. In ancient time, if you read Bhagavad Gita also, where Krishna says, a visionary leader must be a visionary, extremely practical, intensively dynamic, and capable of translating dreams into reality. This is the nutshell of whole innovation or scale-up. If I talk about leadership, it's very simple. I have read somewhere, it's very well written. The leadership is normally divided into 3 parts. First one is autocratic. I think you all must be knowing. If you ask me, because I'm going to compare with the political parties, political systems, that is what dictatorship. Autocratic means in this, a leader is commanding everything and everybody has to follow whatever he is saying. There are a lot of advantages and disadvantages, both are there. But this is one type which normally happens. Another one is democratic. A leader, if he is democratic, he takes team along with them, everybody's suggestions are there. With the teamwork they do it. The third one is laissez-faire. You can call it another a capitalist or socialist type of atmosphere, where a leader gives just outlines and capitalist or anyone also, they drive the forces as per convenience, as per this. These are the three things. If you are going to be one of the startup or a leader, you have to choose one out of these three. Now question, I leave it to you. You have to judge on your own which has got more advantages, which has got more disadvantages. Anyhow, lot of good talks are going to be happen and you're going to listen a lot of things because such a esteemed speakers and a big knowledgeable bank is here. Hope to really you enjoy, as well as I'll say for us every day is learning for us. Let us learn another new thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was indeed a pleasure to listen from you and your views. Moving further, dear distinguished guests, participants, academicians, scholars, now we are about to unveil a cherished keepsake, a symbol of our time together and a memento of wonderful experiences we will share. The souvenir we are about to unveil is not just a physical object, it is a representation of the memories we will create, the knowledge we will gain, and the connections we will forge during this event. It is a token of appreciation from our presence and participation. To help us with this momentous occasion, I would like to request the eminent guests and dignitaries to please open the souvenir kept on the table in front of you. A round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much, distinguished guest. Thank you for doing the honors. Further, today, due to some serious health issues, our chief guest, Professor Dr. Atul Khosla, could not join us in physical, but we are delighted to share his message, and he has graced the event by being with us virtually. Can we please move ahead and share his recorded message with us?
Good morning to my dear friends from Lingaya. What a beautiful day it is today, and what a beautiful start of this wonderful conference on leadership and innovation. My name is Atul Khosla, and I am so sorry for not being able to be with you all in person. Unfortunately, I've been very unwell, and I have to be at doctor's in another 10 minutes. But I congratulate all of you. I congratulate Lingaya. I congratulate my dear friend Smriti Mahajan, and of course my student Smriti, for organizing this absolutely stunning conference. The topic is relevant, it's about leadership, it's about innovation, and this is what India needs today. If India has to succeed, if India has to be and capture the potential it has, it needs great leaders like you. It needs to bring innovation into everything it does, and it needs to ensure that the population around us also starts moving towards disruption, innovation, and leadership. So the conference is apt, and I thought I would leave three thoughts with you as we think about starting this beautiful conference. My thought number one, the future is disrupting. The future is not going to be the same the way we saw it, let's say, even 10 years back. We live in a world of very, very rapid disruption. So what does it mean? It means that leaders do not exist that think disruption. Leaders that can problem solve. Leaders that can collaborate. Leaders that can ensure that new things can happen. And that's the type of thinking we need to debate today. How do we create leaders who are disruptive in everything they do? The second thought is about the future of leadership in this country. Future leaders of India are not going to be 50-year-olds. They're going to be you people, you students, 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds, students who are young, people who are young, but ready to disrupt, ready to think new things, need not speaking great English. Leaders who probably communicate very well in their language, in their mother tongue. That's the second thought. And the third thought is about what I call veteran learning. Leaders of today who are probably 50 or 60 years old will become relevant in the next, irrelevant, I apologize, in the next 5 years. They will have to relearn, unlearn, and make sure that they live through the disruptions that are happening in this world today. So 3 quick thoughts for all of you. Go out and buy technology, imbibe disruption, and communicate with each other effectively to ensure that we can share ideas and make this a wonderful, wonderful conference. Have a lot of debate, take the risk, fight with each other at this conference, and make sure that we come up with lovely ideas which I'd love to hear. Once again, I apologize for not being able to be with you all today, but I do promise that next time I'm in Delhi, I'll make a visit to Lingaya, and hopefully I will hear from you. Wish you all good luck. Wish you good luck to every student, every faculty member, and every participant in the conference. And of course, like I said, my dear friends, Riddhi, wish you good luck, best wishes, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Good day, namaskar, jai hind, bye-bye. Good morning to my dear.
Thank you so much, Sir Professor Atul Khosla is Vice Chancellor of Shulani University. Thank you for the message. Moving further, now the most awaited time, we have our guest of honor, Professor Justin Paulser. He is Chief Editor of International Journal of Consumer Studies, a top journal with an impact factor of 10, ranked among the top 92 highly cited professors in business and economic subject areas in the world. His citations are increasing at a record rate of 700% per month. With an edge index of 70, he holds 2 PhDs, one PhD in Business Administration from University of Bridgeton, England, and second a PhD from IIT Bombay. A former faculty member with the University of Washington, he is a professor of MBA and Director of Research, University of Puerto Rico, USA, and is an honorary visiting professor, University of Reading, England. He has also served as MBA Director and AACSB Coordinator at Navya University, Japan, and as Department Chair at IIM. Dr. Paul introduced the Message Model and Measures for Granting, CPP Model for Internationalization, Scope Framework for Small Firms, 7P Framework for International Marketing, TCCM Framework, and SPAR 4 SLR for Literature Reviews. He holds and held Honorary Distinguished Professor from Eminence title from the Lebanese American University, IIM, MS University, Pavel University, and SIB. In addition, he has taught full courses in Denmark, France, Poland, and served as keynote speaker at hundreds of conferences, inclusive UVSQ France, KSMS Korea, Polish Academy, and office in India. He was a visiting professor at University of Chicago, Vienna University of Economics and Business Austria, and UIPE China, Madrid. He has published 3 best-selling case studies with IB and Harvard, an author of books such as Business Environment, International Marketing, Service Marketing, Export, Import, Management, and Banking and Financial Services by McGraw-Hill, Oxford University, Press and Pearson, respectively. He is an associate editor with Journal of Business Research, European Management Review, and Euro Management journals. An author of over 180 articles in SSCI journals, he has over 75 papers RMA or A-star journals of ABDC list. He has visited over 70 countries as a public speaker. He transformed IGCS and as a journal with 2,300 submissions in 2023 from 575 in 2019. Sir, it is a huge honor to have you with us today. I would request the Pro-Chancellor, sir, to please felicitate, sir. Request for a huge round of applause, everyone. Can we please put a huge round of applause? Thank you, highly appreciated. Thank you so much. Now with this huge privilege, I request sir to please come on the stage and please come on the dais and please say a few words. Can we please welcome sir with a huge round of applause. He's such a loved technician and it is an honor to have him with us today.
Honorable Chancellor Dr. Vidyapeeth, Honorable Provost Chancellor Dr. N.K. Soni, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor for me to be here today to share my thought process with you, to motivate you, transcend horizon in your profession and your life. I would like to talk about performance and success. I would like to begin with congratulating this university for organizing such an interesting and useful conference for the benefit of our community members. Specifically, Dr. Smriti Mahajan has worked very hard with this organization. It has resulted into a very fruitful conference, and I would like to express sincere thanks to all the university officials for extending this invitation to me. And let me talk about one of my research papers in which I call the paper on 7P framework for better performance. This is a work I did along with Dr. Eric Maas from the US, and what we try to convey in our work is what is performance and how do we achieve performance. Performance is a function of 6 other P's. Performance is a function of your potential. Performance is a function of your process, your path, your pattern, and your pace. And performance is also a function of problems. Performance is a simultaneous equation. Performance is a function of potential, path, process, pace, pattern, and problems. So you can put like comma, performance is a function of potential, comma, process, comma, pace, comma, pattern, comma, and the last one is problems.
performance as a function of your potential. Each one of us need to understand and estimate our potential. If you have an organization can estimate market potential in different markets. If you are an individual, you have to do a SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat analysis as part of your potential analysis. And you have to specialize in certain areas where you have strength. And you have to ignore certain things where you have weaknesses. And you have to also understand your threat and opportunity for your betterment in the days to come. That's what you get to the potential analysis. The performance is a function of your path. What is path and how do you actually look at performance as a function of your growth path? By path, I mean growth path. And path can be also classified with reference to your sources of funds and your growth strategy. Some of us do not have sources of funds because we are not born as children of world's richest people or India's richest people. So we have to think about genuine ways of mobilizing our sources of funds for our growth. And we have different ways of looking at it. Some people end up borrowing from banks, bank loan for education, and work hard and get jobs later and then pay back to the bank and then or do your own business different ways. Growth path. You need to foresee your growth path with reference to your growth strategy, with reference to your sources of funds. And you can perform better. And the next P is performance as a function of your processes. There are different ways of performing. There are organic ways and inorganic ways. Let's say you have a company. You can set up your own branches in different markets. That is an example for organic process, organic growth process. And you call for franchisees and expand through franchisees. That is an inorganic growth process. And if you as an individual do think about performing better based on your own hard work, so that is an organic process. However, some people rely upon others because they believe interdependence is better than independence. If you focus on your processes based on alliances and interdependence on others, so that is an inorganic process. So you have to define your processes with reference to organic processes as well as inorganic processes. Business is never based on independence. Business is always based on interdependence. If you are into business, running some kind of business, you have to believe and you have to work towards many more interdependence. I can tell you an example. I have a friend who is from Kerala who lives in Washington State of America. And what does he does? He runs a small company, he makes chocolates. And he tried 10 years to sell his chocolate to America's retail giant Walmart. He didn't succeed. Walmart ignored him for 10 years. And Walmart didn't buy a contract, didn't buy his chocolate to sell chocolate to Walmart. And he pursued Walmart every year. And Walmart didn't agree to him. Walmart ignored him because he was a small businessman. He went on to China when Alibaba was doing extremely well as a retail giant in China. Somehow he could convince Jack Ma of Alibaba, and Alibaba started selling his chocolates. And on Singles Day in China, there's something called Singles Day. In Western countries, it is called as Valentine's Day. So on Singles Day in China, just Alibaba sold millions of this gentleman's chocolates in China itself. And he could show that Chinese statistic to the Americas Walmart. And Walmart was convinced and Walmart started selling the chocolate. And he became millionaire in 1 year time. And you don't get disappointed. My message to you is never get disappointed. Even if you do not get what you want to get in your first attempt or second attempt or third attempt or fourth attempt, sometimes even fifth attempt. Keep trying for 10 years, 20 years. You will have an opportunity. You will get what you want. If you keep trying, maybe it might take 10 years, it might take 15 years, it might take 20 years. But keep trying. So processes, believe in different processes. It may be organic process or inorganic process. Find your way. Never get disappointed. and you will succeed one day. Success is a process, performance is a process. Never put a full stop on your way to succeed, on your way to perform. And performance as a function of pace. My next P is pace. Performance is a function of your pace. Pace is nothing but speed. Speed at which you do your business, speed at which you work as an individual. And there are two ways of looking at pace. First is first movership and second is fast movership. Try to be a first mover. You cannot be a first mover. Think about trying to be a fast mover. Uber is a first mover. Uber made millions because of first mover strategy. Uber introduced unique ride-sharing platform. So likewise, think about a unique business model, innovative business model. You can succeed. If you cannot do that, think about being a fast mover. Toyota, I lived in Japan for near about 4 years. Very close to Toyota's headquarters. And I learned a lot about Toyota. Toyota was not a fast mover car company, but Toyota succeeded because of their fast mover strategy. Toyota actually learned, even Japanese people, my friend who works at Toyota, would admit that Toyota learned car making strategy from American company Ford. And I did my own research study in America. I've been living outside India for 15 plus years, and in my research, I found it coincides with the market share of car brands in America. Toyota is the best-selling car brand in America these days. It's a Japanese brand that has overtaken American car brands in America. And it is just because of the fast mover strategy of Toyota, their business strategy. And so performance is a function of your pace. Be a fast mover, you cannot be a fast mover. And the next is pattern. You need to think about performance is a function of your pattern. Pattern can be defined and explained with reference to two parameters, two variables. One is your product line or what you offer with reference to your portfolio. You need to have multiple portfolios to offer. And second is portfolio of market, portfolio of products, portfolio of markets if you are into business. And portfolio of market, sometimes your neighbors never recognize you, your company, you as an individual, because a lot of neighbors are jealous. So sometimes you might find better opportunity not in your own city, but some other city. Suzuki is not a best-selling car in Japan, but Suzuki is a best-selling brand in India. Suzuki is a best-selling brand in Africa and Eastern European countries. So sometimes you have to cross the boundaries and ocean to find niche market and green market for your brand, for your company, and for you as an individual. So pattern. Think about a diversified pattern instead of just having one pattern. I can tell you, for example, they served very nice chocolate cake this morning. So if you are making a chocolate, let's say you run a company, you are manager of a cake making company, pastry making company. You need to have not only chocolate flavor, but also vanilla flavor, hybrid flavor, and pista flavor, or pasta flavor, or Italian flavor, French flavor, North Indian flavor, South Indian flavor, Bengali flavor, Arabian flavor, so that people from all those segments will buy your cake. So that is what is your pattern. And the next is performance as a function of your problems. There are two types of problems, expected problems and unexpected problems. Your balance sheet problem is expected problem. You know what is like your balance sheet for the next year. So that is an expected problem. But there are unexpected problems on the other hand. You cannot forecast unexpected problem. COVID-19 was an unexpected problem. We never expected that COVID-19 pandemic would create this kind of problems to this extent. And war is an unexpected problem. If India and Pakistan start fighting, that is an unexpected problem which will have problems for all Pakistanis and for all Indians. And like Israelis and Hamas, they are fighting. So that was an unexpected problem. Unexpected problem. So we need to have a backup strategy to perform better if expected or unexpected problems come on our way, it occurs in our life. Earthquake is an unexpected problem. If some earthquake happens, like Gujarat earthquake or something, that kind of things. So you need to have a backup strategy to perform better. So if some unexpected problems come on our way, occurs in our life, in our business. So performance is a function of potential, work, process, pace, pattern, and problems. And think about, and in case if you understand all these three and prepare your strategy as an individual and as a business organization, you can perform much better than your competitors. Competition is everywhere. Competition is intensifying, and each and every of your friends, sometimes your friends copy your ideas. It has happened to me also. There's one of the faculty member at MPI. I helped her too much, and finally I have a book on export management, which is not in her area too, but she came out with another book on export management. Like Fuji would say same to Xerox, Xerox would say same to Fuji. Xerox taught Fuji, how to photocopy, and they started doing joint venture. And then Fuji divorced Xerox, and Fuji started making their own photocopy machine. So you need to be also careful about those kind of intellectual property rights in your life, because sometimes you need to set limit on what to do and how to do. You can perform better, and you will do wonderful. You will perform better, provided you believe and try to understand these preconceptions. Since I have very limited time and since this conference is already late, I would like to thank on behalf of. From the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank the organizers, especially Dr. Mahajan, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, for this invitation, and congratulate the organizers once more. And please try to make use of this opportunity to learn more, so that you can learn more. And try to be simple, humble, and noble, so that you can create your network of people. So hard work plus network is a success. This is an era of smart work, smartphone, smart people, and smart work too. So hard work is 90%, network is 9%, and 1% smart work is okay, so that you can perform better. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your views. And I can say experience is the teacher of all things, and knowledge shared multiplies. Moving further, we have eminent panelists with us, and Professor Dr. Amit Seth, presently working as a director with Manu Krishna, New Generation IoT. Professor Seth is known as a turnaround specialist. He has a rich experience of more than 38 years in the industry and academia. Professor Seth has worked in senior positions in corporates like JT Tires, Rolls India, Metro Tires Limited, and Sierra Potter Group. His research area includes turnaround management, entrepreneurship, and skill development. He has published various research papers, case studies in national and international journals. He is a certified educator of entrepreneurship by the Ministry of Skill Development, Government of India. He has trained corporate managers and executives through various management development programs, and also conducted professional programs for two second generation entrepreneurs in association with the Faridabad Industries Association and Faridabad Small Scale Industries Association. He has also professed to management graduates at the Auckland Institute of Studies in New Zealand. Dr. Seth has successfully organized a number of entrepreneurial and faculty development programs and doing major research projects duly sponsored by various government institutions such as AICTE, DST, and ICSSR. Passionate management group mentor guide to budding entrepreneurs, most sought after speaker in various platforms of professional chambers of commerce industry and source persons. For innumerable entrepreneurship awareness, women entrepreneurship development, and technical entrepreneurship programs. It is an honor and privilege to have you among us today. Now, I request Registrar Sir to please felicitate Sir. I request the audience and the spectators to please give a huge round of applause here. Thank you. you so much, sir. Now, I request Dr. Amit Singh to please come on with us to say a few words, please.
Namaskar to everyone. Namaskar. I can't hear. Namaskar. If I could have said a good morning, so everyone will be shouted. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Professor Gade, Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor Dr. N.K. Soni, and Chief Guest Dr. Justin Pal, and the organizer Dr. Smriti. Thank you for giving me this opportunity on speaking on the topic of empowering innovation and leadership for thriving startups. See, look into it, how much important is innovation. As a leader of a corporate company, if you are not innovating, what will be the code? Okay. BlackBerry is an example. Nokia is an example. They could not able to change with the time, and you can know what the fate is. Another Indian example is HFD watches. Once upon a time, my father used to have only HFD watches. But they could not able to change with the quartz watches, which was the required need of the time. They could not able to innovate, and you can look into the fate, the destiny of these companies. I was going through one research, and this research was, they asked 100 successful CEOs, what are the key success factors which are there, which you imbibe. So you will be surprised, the 100 success CEOs conveyed that innovation and creativity, every time introducing a new product range, new things, that is what made them far ahead than the competitors. So as a leader, if you are not inculcating creativity and innovation in your company, the fate will be like BlackBerries or like Nokia or like HMD. Ambassador car is another example. They could not able to change. It was the first Indian company, car company, but they could not able to sustain with the time. I will like to narrate few examples which they are ahead because of their innovations. Gillette, the blade you use. Every time you will find there are from single blade to double blade, now 3 blade, now 5 blade, a fusion blade, then there is a electric one is there, then blades for the women are there. Number of innovations they are taking place, and the market share they enjoy now is the highest market share we could able to make. Examples of Apple, Bajaj motorcycles, all these are examples which talk about innovation, the people they are imbibing at leadership, and from top to bottom everyone is working on that. And mind it, this innovation does not confine only to the product design, features or the quality. Innovation is required at every level, whether it is a business process, whether it is internal operations are concerned, whether it is marketing, everywhere these innovations are required. I worked as a company called Metro Continental, whereby I was accountable for selling fans also in brand name of water. And I would like to give you a very good example. There is a company called Metro Cash and Carry. They came to us, they wanted our fans, and they asked that your production is of 40,000 fans per month, and we wanted 20,000 per month from you, and that to an advance payment. I was very happy. 20,000, my 50% of production will be taken care of, and that to advance payment, thereby market is a 60 days credit is there. They said there is a one condition. If we ask you a 5,000 fan on Friday afternoon at 2 p.m., you are supposed to deliver at 2 p.m. If you fail to deliver that time, then every hour there will be a penalty. And we calculated the penalty, it was eating out our profit. I said, no, it's sorry, I can't do that. Then I asked for a curiosity, why you are so stubborn about it. Say, sir, we have such a innovative business processes. Our artificial intelligence calculates that by this time, these fans have to be replenished and we don't carry any inventory. We reduce our inventory carrying cost. Our manpower are deployed in such a manner that 1 p.m. it's a autumn fans is there, 2 p.m. it is a voltage is there, 3 p.m. it is another. So all our manpower are judiciously deployed and we optimally use our resources. This is also called innovation. Another company I would like to talk to you is TVS Logistics. They were in a TVS scooter business whereby they were keeping a huge stock of ancillaries for 1 month. Then one person came with the idea, why it has to be a 1 month stock, you have to keep it. As many motorcycles you want to manufacture, you make a kit and supply that kits to the manufacturer and you can save substantially crores of rupees. Another example of innovation in logistics. So innovation is not confined with any thing. Another example which I would like to say, the students those who are sitting here, I would like to draw your attention. You must have heard the name of Sundar Pichai. Who is Sundar Pichai? CEO of Google. He conveyed to the people of your age group. He said, in India there is too much pressure of academics. By the time you are in 8th standard, your parents will ask, starting preparing for IIT. By the time you are in IIT, they will ask you to prepare for IIT. And he says, the success of any person is not guaranteed by any elite institutions from where you are passing. That success comes when you follow your passion, you work on an innovation, you take a risky path, and then you are a more successful person. Jack Ma of Alibaba also speaks the same thing about it. So what is coming up is a disruption of technology. If you talk about the social media, Facebook and WhatsApp as disruption. In hotels and hospitality includes hotel, agri-tourism, which are another innovations. In cooking appliances, of course, induction cooking or air fryers are some innovation. But recently I heard there is a roll-up mat. You can hold it and keep it in your pocket, and it takes care of your 100-degree temperature if you can want to boil anything, that is there. So different innovations are taking. Solar bags are coming, solar cookers are there, solar stoves are there, number of things are happening. Business processes I was talking about. Amazon, when they started, the first, if anyone wants to give an order, first it will come to them, they will give to the order to the vendor and vendor will bring the material to the godown, and from godown they will pack. This is why it's a waste of time. Rather than having our own godown, now the customer gives the order, directly reaches to the vendor and vendor pack it and deliver it also. They eliminated the process. These are all called innovation in processes. Some of the innovation in Manav Rachna, what we are happening is going on through. One student from the dental developed a device and tools, because most of the time when you have a root canal, that instrument gets broken and go into your teeth. He says 60% time it's broken and the patient do not know and retrieving is difficult. So he developed a magnetic tool. It's easier and coming it out. So some innovations are taking place. Oracan is another my startup where you put your fingers and it will detect the cancer percentage in your mouth. Jelly seed, they developed a tada into a candies. That is what coming up. So these type of innovations, I have a number of a list because being a director of Innovation Incubation Center, we are having 85 startups. But the things are changing. You also have to change your mindsets. New generations, 17 years young man Ritesh Agrawal started a Oyo. He is the largest hotelier in the world without having any hotels in here physically. Ola Cab, Bhavesh Agrawal, having a largest chain of cars, not physically anything, but he is having a number of vehicles with him. So the things are changing, and with this, we also have to change and think about it. Corporates, take a name of Intel, Microsoft, Apple, Philips, Tesla, Google, they are there because of their innovations and creativity. And as an Indian, we are far behind, let me tell you, as far as innovation is concerned. It's all in your hands, students. If you want to build an India nation to be having a wish guru, then you have to take and own this responsibility. So with this, I end up here and request, ignite your mindset, striving for innovation and creativity, and India can regain its glory back. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I can see an investment in knowledge pays biggest interest. And on that quote, further, we have Dr. Sheila Mishra. Ma'am has joined us virtually, and about her education degree is in marketing expert with a business acumen, passionate for maximizing learning environment driven by innovation and collaboration. Ma'am is a mentor, coach, and career management advisor, and has a keen interest in developing people in leadership and personal branding. Ma'am has joined us online. I would request the team to please display her message. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us, Dr. Sheila, and I would request you now to please say a few words.
Thank you, Dr. Sorrenti. Is there an echo there?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Are you able to hear me well now? So can I start?
Yes, ma'am, please. You can now.
So thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity on this wonderful occasion of the International Conference with the theme on empowering innovations and leadership for thriving startups. And as I can see the gathering of eminent academicians, industrialists, faculty members, I'm very happy to be part of the conference today. Please just let me know once again if you're able to hear me well so that I can continue.
Yes, ma'am, you can continue. We are able to hear us. We are able to hear you. Yeah.
I'm not okay. So I'll share my presentation. I've divided my talk today in two parts. One where I would like to speak to you about the upskilling and the stay relevant part of it, and the second where I would like to mention a few things about the entrepreneurship. So let me just share my PPT. Yeah, I hope you're able to see it.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, so hoping that all of you are able to see my presentation as well. Thank you so much to the entire management and office committee of Leaders Vidyapeeth for this wonderful opportunity. I'm Dr. Sheelan Mishra and I'm the Vice President for Higher Education Partnership for Yangon Executive Education, and we are the partner of Harvard Business School Online and Harvard Business Publishing in India, as well as the 5 countries, namely Australia, Canada, Malaysia, Singapore. Yeah. So, given that Yanko Executive Education, we are a learner-centric global edtech company, and we closely work with the students, universities, and corporates to help them stay relevant in the digitally transformed landscape today. As you say, the world is going through multiple transformation at a very fastest rate. So the word Yanku, which is a Japanese word, the word of unlimited possibilities, and that's what we foresee today. This kind of opportunities which has come for students, the sky is the limit. But then are they learning in the right direction, the right skills, the depth of skills which are required? That is something which we would definitely like to deliberate upon. So when I talk about Harvard Business Publishing education, that's exactly the focus is to create the global leaders by enriching the academic experience and bring them the latest up-to-date content. So it's a similar kind of experience that Harvard wishes to create, including for faculty members as well as the students. And all of us are aware that education begins with the team. That's the kind of aim education students have to produce the technology professionals. Because it's not only about learning the specialization, it's also about building those skills which would help you to nourish yourself and flourish in the business world. So, also if you look at the nature of the jobs, is changing drastically from our times to these times, from those full-time or longer tenures. The jobs have become more project-based, more consultative-based. So as a teacher also, today when we go to the class, the kind of preparation we are doing is much different than that used to be multiple years back. Because the kind of updates required, changes that is happening in our own areas is something that we have to go into our process. So it's an era of the survivors. It's an era of philosophy that is learning, unlearning, and relearning. So the Harvard Business School is able to bring that collective expertise to all these three verticals via higher education, which is focused on developing the leaders who engage in business education, through Harvard Business Publishing, which is more focused on improving the practice of management and its impact on the changing world, and the Harvard Business School, which is based in Boston, USA, educating the leaders who are making a difference in the world. So the idea is to, the philosophy is to provide that lifelong learning from a student level to the corporate leader. That is where we engage with all the three verticals, with the higher education institute, with the corporates, and with the individual managers for their own development through our product like Harvard Business Review. So the philosophy is centered around participant-centered learning, where can we stimulate the student thinking and prepare them for taking those challenging decisions in the changing world under the different kind of pressures today. So Harvard has been known for the case method teaching. So I was doing some kind of research. I'm not sure how many of you would agree with me on this, but yes, when I was researching and I came across multiple skills which are required for the industry, the case study method itself is able to serve those 7 skills when it is being done in the right manner, with the right involvement from both the stakeholders, the faculty and the students. So these case studies put the students into the shoes of the decision maker, in the very scenario, the business problem, the constraints, and students would take correct decisions, and as we know there may not be any right answer, but then what what decision you have taken and how is it you are defending it. So from these skills of critical analytical skills to understanding the scenarios, the various business domains into it, taking the business decision, working with the team, being able to identify the right decision, managing them, communicating, confidence. So there is so much of value add from this pioneered method by Harvard in the classrooms. So the whole idea, so I just give an example of a case study, but in all our tools that we offer, we are helping universities to stay relevant, provide academic rigor to their content. So we are a partner with 200 plus institutions across India, and we have very good feedback coming from them, in terms of better admissions, more admissions. They're able to integrate a global brand with their institution, and also in terms of better rankings and placements. So these are a few of the institutions that I have put on this slide, all the IIMs, IITs, Symbiosis, XLRI, NIMS, Ashoka, many such universities and institutes who are using Harvard Business Publishing heavily. So what I wanted to tell you here is that it's not only case studies, it's not only course material. Today at Harvard, we are the knowledge partner for the institutions, and why do we say that? Because we are the largest source of non-textbook material for the business education. And that comes from the validity that the kind of content we have available on the Harvard Business Publishing portal in form of 59,000 plus course material, which includes various ebooks, chapters, lessons, 20,000 plus case studies, 24,000 plus business articles, industry background notes. And to keep up with the changing learning patterns of the modern learner, we also have videos and video case studies, audio case studies, 100 plus simulations, which are simulations synonymous for experiential learning, 4,000 plus Harvard Business Review articles. So there's a lot of content that is available in Harvard Business Publishing. And to bring in the diversity across the world, we are partnered with 62 plus institutions, and in India, we are partnered with IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, and ISB. So with all these tools that we have available, we are trying to address the challenges which are primarily faced by all the higher education institutes, right? Where we are trying to address the challenge of student not engaging in the classroom. How is it you can bring in the content and the delivery style through which the student can engage better. Then for teachers, finding the right content for their course material, and how do we teach effectively with cases and simulations. Then the evergreen challenge from corporate, and I'm sure all the institutions today are putting a lot of effort in training their students, making them industry ready. But still, we have a lot of feedback keep coming from industry that they need further grooming. So to address those challenges, Harvard offers online courses which are comprehensively designed, including 6 important areas of finance, financial accounting, management communication, mathematics, quantitative methods, spreadsheet modeling. And students get certificates once they complete these certifications, and these can also be used as a foundation program for MBA. So since MBA students come from very diverse backgrounds in terms of their programs, in terms of their application, so this is where this program helps them. Then case studies, which are available in multiple forms to engage the student right from the beginning till the end. Third is a simulation ranging from 30 minutes to multiple hours. They are web-based activities. So when we talk about how to give that experience to a student of whatever they have learned in the class to convert into practice, that is exactly where simulation plays a very, very important role. So the fourth thing is Harvard Management. So this is used by corporates for more than 25 plus years and for their employee development. And the same program on the request of Harvard has now come to the Education Institutes for a couple of years back, which is having 42 modules spread across in all the major disciplines, preparing the students for their career in the domain of leadership, managing themselves, career readiness, and business fundamentals. And as teachers, you can also track their performance by having access to the dashboard. So as you can see on this slide, the first 3 columns focus more on all the business domains like entrepreneurship, negotiation, marketing, strategy, finance, HR, operations, and organization behavior. And if you look at the last column, it covers most of the soft skills of the students, starting from writing skills to presentation skills, decision making, goal setting, and so on. So as an institution, we can choose this based on the requirement of the students and the curriculum. So now we firmly believe that since the student is a user of this, but then we want to see the right outcome of it, then teachers have to be equally involved in this, and this is where we provide free access to the teachers for Harvard Premium Educated account, where they have access to the content of Harvard Business Publishing and a lot of training which is organized for teachers on a regular basis, both online and offline mode. And institutions can sign up for the agreement between directly with the Harvard Business Publishing, and they'll help you go through that process very smoothly. And there is a special pricing design under the agreement, especially for the Indian market, where you have 50% subsidy over whatever you see right now on the portal, the direct portal. And it can be co-branded through online and offline methods. And there are branding guidelines which we'll share with you, and accordingly those communication skills will be designed. But the best part is that it brings in the academic rigor which is required for the institution, for the curriculum, and for the students. So, okay, I have a note saying that 12:30 my meeting would end. So, I'm not sure if I will be able to cover the last part of it. Yes, but I would call out to all the institutions sitting out here and all the faculty members to explore more about Harvard Business Publishing education. You can always reach out to me and I can get connected to you and I can explain you more details about it. How that it can be mapped to the curriculum, how that faculty can select the right content, how do we train them and how do we take it to the students and see the right outcomes emerging out of this entire process. So my all the best wishes for this international conference, and I hope that we'll be able to see the right outcomes where the students and the professionals will inculcate the skills which are required to thrive today in the entrepreneurship world. And I think it's more like a gut feeling, it's more like that persistence, the attitude that would be more important in being successful in this area. It may not be easy, but it is something which would definitely make you feel better that yes, I'm doing something which I would contribute to the entire society to become better. So yes, when we talk about upskilling, it remains true to the world of entrepreneurship as well. So I will close with this particular quote which says the mind is everything, what you think you become. So my best wishes to everybody and wishing you a great conference, and thank you so much Dr. Samriddhi for that.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and it was indeed a pleasure listening to you and your views, and thank you so much for joining us online.
Thank you. Bye-bye to everybody.
Moving further, we have as an opinion speaker, Professor Dr. Kokil Chan. She is a Dean Research and a Chairperson ESPM and Professor of Marketing at SIIB New Delhi. With over 20 years of experience in teaching and research, she has worked with some of the top academic brands, and her current role involves strengthening the research ecosystem at SIIB. She is a passionate researcher and her research area includes consumer psychology, consumer brand relationship, service transgressions and including in marketing and inclusion in marketing. Her work has been published in top-ranked international journals including Product and Brand Management, Journal of Consumer Marketing, Journal of Business Research and Internet Research, to name a few. Additionally, she has guest edited special issues for Journals of Business Research, ABDC AMAN, the Journal of Information Management, ABDC AMAN, the Journal of Promotion Management, ABDC B, the Journal of Global Marketing, ABDC B, and Technology Forecasting for Social Changes, that is also ABDC A. She has also received the AIMC Foundation Research Grant 2020 in Marketing Strategy. Ma'am, you are one of the prominent women academicians and it is an honor to have you with us today. I request Professor Dr. Smriti to please felicitate ma'am. Now I would request you to please come on the dais and share your views with us.
A very good afternoon to all of you, Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, eminent co-panelists, guests of honor, and my dear students. Today, definitely, I would like to extend my warm thanks to Samriti, who took an initiative of inviting me to Lingaya for the first time, and it's a pleasure being here. Since morning, all of us are deliberating on some very interesting and thoughtful discussions. But today, while I was thinking of putting up my presentation or my talk on what should I be speaking on, I was told that I would be addressing students. And therefore, I visualized in terms of what kind of work and encompass my area of impact at FIB. At FIB, I'm majorly involved in ensuring that impact is created at every level, whether it is through research, through teaching, or through societal activities. Purpose is a very, very important part of how FIB operates, and therefore I thought, why should I not talk about purpose? It's a privilege to be in front of all of you who would probably be the future entrepreneurs. We've been talking about Bill Gates and likes, but I really believe that some of you would take that step in the future. While you are conceptualizing your ideas of businesses to make it profitable, I think one very, very important thing that should not be forgotten is purpose and the power of it. One might realize that how I can create a business out of purpose, or is creating business out of purpose profitable or not? Or how do I find my purpose? If I'm initiating an idea, अगर आप कोई idea सोच रहे हैं तो सिर्फ purpose से कैसे link करें? In the past, before me, the speakers have talked about disruptions, technology disruptions that could change the entire way how we perceive business or how we operate our businesses. But there is something consistent which will never change. It's the purpose that you identify your business to serve. So while you're creating profitability for your own self, don't forget to have a very compassionate mind and heart to give back to the society that you're part of. So how do you identify that purpose? I do not have my slide running, but I did develop a slide and I would request somebody to share it with the students. That would be fine. So I'll talk about few examples and I'll also talk about UNSDGs. I hope everybody is aware about UNSDGs. Yes? Guys? Do you know about UNSDGs? UNSDGs are United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. How many UNSDGs are there? There are 17 UNSDGs. In 2015, it was decided that as a world, we'll be focusing on some important matters, some important directions, which will be similar for everyone, for businesses, for societies, for policy makers, for governments, so that we create a more equitable world. So when you're planning to find a purpose, the first reference point that you can start with is UNSDG. Pick up a UNSDG goal that you think aligns with your philosophy of business. No poverty, equity, education, hunger, anything. Pick one and think of an idea which integrates UNSDG with your business proposition, with your value proposition. And if you look at this year's UNSDG report for 2023, that what is the status of meeting these goals? Because it was conceptualized in 2015 that by 2030 we will achieve a major progress on these identified 17 goals. But if you will look at the progress report just published in 23, you will realize that we're still far behind. There are plenty of universities where we have not been able to make any impact. United Nations said that when we talk about equality of gender, we will not be able to achieve it by 2030. So pick up a purpose from there. And I'll talk about 4 companies who have successfully integrated purpose in their businesses. These are entrepreneurial ideas. Some ideas from India. Some ideas from students like you. Students from schools who understood the importance of giving back to society and created a very profitable and useful venture to serve the society and of course earn while they profess this societal impact. The first idea that I want to talk about is Gullak. Now Gullak has been conceptualized by students in Bangalore and they wanted to do something about UNSDGs. So they created a very interesting idea and the name of the company is Gullak. So what is Gullak? Normally Gullak का मतलब क्या होता है जिसमें आप पैसे डालते हैं. But they said let us redefine Gullak. So what they did, they built partnership with different schools and they said they spoke to principals and the authority inside the schools and they said let your students do some gig. हम आपको कुछ स्किल सेट सिखाएंगे, आपके स्टूडेंट्स को कुछ स्किल सेट सिखाएंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल मेकिंग अ प्रेजेंटेशन or text mining or whatever, or even making creating a social media campaign. So we will teach you some skill sets, and once the students learn those skill sets, they will provide their services in the form of gig. और जब gig से वो पैसा earn करेंगे, when they will earn that money from the gig, they will contribute to a UNSDG which they find themselves attached to. So ultimately what happened? Plenty of business schools joined this movement and everybody, every student in that school was able to contribute to UNSDG in a meaningful way, in a sensible way. What they also do is they create impact matrix that as a school, what has been your footprint with respect to different UNSDGs? So it is not necessary that you need to be Bill Gates or Steve Jobs to create ideas like this. You can still give back to the society. Another interesting idea which was developed in Stanford lab was serum. Now serum realized that in a year in US, there are around $11 billion of medicines which are wasted. कोई उनको open ही नहीं करता. And they thought of coming up with an idea based on it. Guys, it would be good if you pay attention. I think this is important. So what Serum did? Serum identified that there are multiple households where people wanted medicines, but they were not able to get medicines because of the economic conditions. On the other hand, there were plenty of households where medicines were wasted. What was the idea? They connected both the stakeholders, both the parties. People who were wasting medicines, who could donate medicines because they no more required it, and people who wanted it. So ultimately touching UNSDG 3 and UNSDG 10, bringing more equality in the world. The third example that I wanted to talk about is rocket education, which is again from India. They realized that early career education, early childhood education, there exists a lot of inequalities. There are people who are studying in best schools and their development is far ahead in comparison to students who are either not studying at home or studying in schools which do not provide that kind of education. They utilized technology, which is WhatsApp, and they created multiple programs. They also involved parents, they also involved Anganwadi teachers to come and learn from that particular platform. So क्या करते हैं? बहुत interesting curated content बनाते हैं और उसको WhatsApp के थ्रू भेजते हैं. Through WhatsApp you can learn and you can teach to your students, you can teach to your kids, and they also use the concept of gamification. आपको वहाँ पे rewards मिलते हैं, आपको वहाँ पे trophies मिलती हैं, वहाँ पे आपको certificates मिलते हैं. So ultimately what they're doing is they're making education available to everyone. What was needed? Kuch ka investment hai isme. Sirf ek WhatsApp, ek content creation, that's all, and you can make such a big impact. Now your question might be, are these ventures profitable? If I'm having a purpose in my business, can I be successful? So I would want you to Google Plastic Bank. Now Plastic Bank is a Canadian-based company which has taken up the agenda of cleaning plastic from oceans. And such a beautiful concept, such an interesting thought, such an interesting idea. It's a profitable venture. They have created a venture which can be replicated across the globe, not just confined to one country or one city. So what they do is they serve communities. So what they have done is they understood that plastic is a major problem. It is going to affect oceans and would create a lot of problems in times to come. They also understood that there were communities living around these oceans which were below the poverty line and they needed some kind of employment. So they recruited them. They asked them to clean plastics through Plastic Bank. So they recruited them, and these people pick up plastic from the banks of the ocean. Once they complete that picking of the plastic, they deposit it to Plastic Bank community centers, and what they get currency through which they can buy products, and also they can buy health education. They can buy health benefits, they can buy education for their kids. And this is all blockchain connected. So they utilize the technology, they have an app and they utilize the technology by the name of Alchemy. And they call the plastic social plastic. So there's a term which is known as recyclable plastic and there's a term which is known as social plastic. What is the difference? Recyclable is only you're recycling the plastic. But social plastic, which is a trademark term used by Plastic Bank, social plastic means कि सिर्फ आप प्लास्टिक को recycle नहीं कर रहे हैं, but उसमें social value भी add कर रहे हैं. By serving the community, you're also uplifting people. You're also bringing people at an equitable level. And we sell this social plastic to companies. Companies can very clearly profess on their packaging that they're using social plastic. Company can also clearly see, because when we talk about sustainability, there's also a term known as greenwashing, and customers might question you कि सच में आप sustainable हो, सच में आपने recycled plastic use करा है. So because of blockchain, since the entire value chain is integrated with blockchain, you can track, anybody can track how from where the plastic was collected and what was the entire movement of the plastic. So you bring authenticity also in your sustainable efforts. So what I wanted to talk through these 4 examples is that of course we are talking about skill gap, we are talking about entrepreneurship. But if you become an entrepreneur in future, and I wish you become one, because as an entrepreneur you will provide opportunities to so many. Remember to think about profit, but also remember to think about how you're serving the society. Also remember to integrate which SDGs you're impacting through your business. And that's all from my side. All the best. Thank you so much for inviting me.
I request everyone to be please a keen listener and participate in the conference. Thank you so much, ma'am. I can add here, after listening from you and hearing from you, that education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. Moving further, we have Professor Dr. Sandeep Grover. Sir has obtained bachelor's degree in engineering, master's degree in technology, and PhD in the field of quality management. He has authored more than 100 papers in national and international journals and the conferences. He guided research and postgraduate doctorate level of research interest areas, including TQM, manufacturing quality, education quality. He is associated with different regulatory bodies for quality-related activities, and he has also delivered expert lectures in various institutions in the country on the topics of research, quality management, and manufacturing systems. With more than 3 decades of experience, he is currently working as a professor at JC Bose University of Science and Technology, YMC, Faridabad. Sir, it is a huge privilege to have you with us today. I request Registrar, sir, to please felicitate the speaker. I request the audience to please give a huge round of applause here. Thank you so much. I request everyone to please stay seated and maintain the decorum of the auditorium. Do not use your mobile phones and put them on silent mode. I request you to please maintain the decorum of the auditorium. Thank you so much. Now it is time that I invite the sir on the dais to please share a few words regarding the conference, please.
Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Pateni, Honorable Pro-Chancellor, Professor Neeta, guest of honor, my regular co-panelists, the Registrar of the University, Dr. Smriti, convener of the conference, other dignitaries on the dais of the dais, respected faculty members of the university, my dear students and researchers. It's an opportunity for me to share my thoughts on the theme of the conference. So, I thought it's a good opportunity to interact with the young minds, to interact with the researchers. So, dear students, let us talk something on innovation, let us talk something on leadership, and let us see that how you people can sync with this idea of the conference. I have been listening to co-panelists, very learned people, and they have given you a lot of examples from real life, how things can be taken care of, and what are the life things. Now, innovation, there are a lot of definitions of innovation. Let us not talk about them. It's innovation. It is something new. It is something which is out of chaos. I can also say that your team can correlate to innovation in the leadership. How you can have more and more ideas for excelling in the leadership. But to be more connected with the students, I would say how innovation is helping you to excel. The very first thing is there are lot of factors, there are lot of ideas that are in innovation that could lead into some startups or maybe some excellent ideas. So, dear friends, the first thing is you have to unlearn. Before learning, you have to unlearn, and then you might have to relearn. Why we see more innovative ideas in the young generation? The reason is very simple. Because people like me, people like us, have first to unlearn, that's quite difficult. It's more difficult than learning. So, when two people unlearn, when two people learn, then you develop a lot of ideas in your mind. So that's we normally called as an idea generation curve. If I connect it to the management, if I connect it to the product development, when there is an idea generation curve, a lot of ideas come to your mind. If I ask you to sit down one day and think what type of startup you can develop on. You can land up hundreds of ideas. And slowly, you have to die down those ideas based on various constraints. And all those practical constraints, which we call them as an idea mortality curve. So, when you zero down to few of the ideas, then you have to see whether there is an environment for that. So if you are in an industry or if you are in an institution, anywhere you are, there are some common factors that are affecting all these processes. So one of them that is very important is your mindset. That what type of passion is there in you? How much learning you have done? What are your goals in life? So most of the ideas that come from you are affected by the factors that I listed you. Listen, this is you only who can make it a good part. Why? Because once you cross this area, once you cross these constraints, there are not other constraints that are external. Whether that environment is there, whether that floating human factors are there, whether that cultural change is there, whether you are allowed to do that cultural change. And then there is one big constraint that we call it a financial constraint. I am talking if you are converting your idea into a reality, then you will face this. Very important is you have to streamline your innovation, you have to streamline your ideas into the positivity. We all have been talking about very good innovations worldwide, but the new cases of bank fraud that you daily get spam calls, are they not innovations? They are also innovations. So the point is, you have to streamline your ideas into the innovation patterns. Of course, you can, die down all this fraud also, because when there is a drone technology, there is anti-drone technology also. So it's not that it is not possible. Here also ideas, more and more ideas are bound to come. So what I want to stress on is, as a student, the universities, the institutions, the system, the whole system of our country is giving you a chance to grow like this. We have drifted, we have changed from the outcome-based education, output-based education to outcome-based education. What is that? It is all that you can develop more and more skills. It is all that you can go beyond education. It is all that you can go beyond that knowledge. I hope you know that knowledge is the lowest form of learning. Yes, lowest form. And when you cross all those barriers, then you move higher, and then you have an environment to do that. NEP 2020, we all have been talking, the whole country is talking about NEP 2020. Yes, there are many, many positive things which are helpful to you, which are going to ignite your mind. Because education is not just about knowledge. Development is not just about knowledge. It is also about the upskilling. And that upskilling is only going to come when you sync your ideas, when you streamline your ideas in relation to what effectively you want to develop. Then If I talk about what you are studying, what is there in the curriculum, is not restricting to anyone. In our current education scenario, there is a lot of flexibility. You can choose any subject from the basket of subjects which are going to help you. So dear young students, young researchers, the atmosphere is perfect. The environment is perfect. Only thing is, you have to, number one, get up, think in this direction, streamline your ideas, form a suitable platform, the environment, and then go ahead. And never get afraid of the failures. There are a lot of sayings in this. So they are only going to give you some experiences. So over this platform, I hope that there are a lot of things, a lot of new opportunities that you take from this today conference, and that's going to help us, the society, the system, the country, not from people. So thank you so much, and I again thank the organizers, Dr. Smriti, Professor Soni sir, for giving me a chance to make it possible here. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. It was indeed a pleasure to be listening your thoughts. Moving further, the last eminent speaker is an industrial expert. Mr. Santosh Venkateshwar, sir, is an experienced content sales professional with 9+ years of experience in driving revenue across television, digital and print platforms. Sir has worked with brands like Hindustan Times, Indian Express, Times Television, currently working as an account manager in North and East India Network 18. Sir is passionate about brand marketing, human behavior and psychology. It is a pleasure to have you among us, sir, today, and I request Pro-Chancellor, sir, to please felicitate, sir. I request the audience to please cheer up a bit and clap for the felicitation. Thank you. Thank you so much. I request sir to please come on the dais and share a few words. It will be a pleasure for all of us to hear from you.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the Honorary Chancellor Sir, Pro-Chancellor Sir, and Dr. Mahajan for inviting me and making me a part of the eminent panel. So first of all, I feel probably I am the most inexperienced and incompetent panelist out here because everyone else comes from a experienced background. So I will talk briefly about the strategy and management side when it comes to startups. So India is probably has the third largest ecosystem when it comes to startups globally, and we have close to 108 unicorns in our country today. This is as of 31st of May 2023. And unicorn is basically a company, a startup which has a valuation of USD $1 billion and above. So out of these 108 unicorns, 44 unicorns were formed in the year 2021 and 21 unicorns were formed in the year 2022. So over a short period of time, India has grown in the startup sector. So I will talk about 4 key principles that startups and entrepreneurs can keep in mind while taking care of their business. So first principle would be to realize your competitive advantage, which is also called as moat. I'm sure many of us would have heard the word moat. Moat is basically a castle. When there's a castle, there is a river stream outside that castle to protect the castle and the king from attackers. So that is called as moat. So it's not easy for the enemy to cross the river stream and attack the king. So basically, businesses protect themselves from competition by widening their moat. So let me take the example of Coca-Cola. So if an MNC wants to enter into the soft drinks business, the beverages business, and says that I hire you as a CEO of this upcoming business. So what you have to do is set up the soft drink business globally and compete with Coca-Cola. So my reaction would be to humbly refuse that offer, because Coca-Cola is a 200-year-old brand, and it has built that strong brand name, which is their competitive advantage. They have built a very strong distribution network, which is again their competitive advantage. So it's like I would be running a 20-kilometer marathon where Coca-Cola has already crossed 18 kilometers and I'm starting from zero. So by the time I go from 0 to 18, Coca-Cola would have already finished the race or would be way ahead. So I am not going to compete with Coke. Another example would be that of Google. So you can't compete with YouTube, you can't compete with Google search, you can't compete with Gmail. So all of them are probably enjoying a monopoly in their respective business. So that is a very strong moat that they have created for themselves, a very strong competitive advantage, which the competition may not even think of entering into that particular business or let alone defeating them. The second principle is to relentlessly focus on the customer instead of the competitor. So a lot of brands, a lot of companies in today's time look at what the competitors are doing and try to make their products similar to what their competitors have to offer. Rather, let's work the other way around. Focus on the customer first, because it is the customer who can either make or break our business, right? If the customer is happy, he'll go on and tell about your business to 10 more people. And if the customer is unhappy, he will similarly tell it to 10 more people. So it's very, very important to work backwards. Start with the customer. What is it that the customer wants? If your customer is happy, your brand will be happy. Your company will do really well. So instead of focusing on the competitor, like the speaker before me shared, that it's very important to have the first movers advantage. And to have that first movers advantage, it's very, very important to keep a constant communication with what is it that your customer exactly wants. The third would be to make investing decisions from a long-term perspective. So the founder of Amazon, Mr. Jeff Bezos, he has a quote which says that when you view things from a 1-year perspective, you are competing with a lot of people. When you view things from a 3-year perspective, you are competing with few number of people. But when you view things from a 5 to 7-year perspective, you are competing with very less number of people. Because a lot of CEOs, entrepreneurs don't have this vision of viewing things from a 5 to 7-year perspective. What we see as artificial intelligence right now, Microsoft is into it, Google is into it, Amazon is into it. It's not something that has been built overnight. It is something that has been thought about in the year probably 2014, 2015. These brands thought about building artificial intelligence. Right? So it's very, very important to have a 5 to 7-year vision strategy for your respective business. And it's very, very important to have and maintain a lean cost structure. So in today's time, what startups are doing is they are hiring left, right, and center. They are aggressively expanding their businesses. And to expand your business, it's very, very important to hire more employees. So more employees means more the cost that you incur for your business. So it's very, very important to have a lean cost structure. It's okay to be aggressive to expand, but not at the rate of eventually firing your employees. And one very important model that I wanted to share is that can we think of a model wherein we can ensure that our business will keep growing for a long period of time. There's a famous investor in the US. He's in fact from UK. It's called as Nick. So he has invented a model called as scale economies shared. So this is a model which is followed by brands like Costco. Costco is a leading US retailer. It's a model followed by Amazon. So it's a very, very simple model. When a company earns excess profits, there are two ways to distribute this profit? One is give it back to investors in the form of dividends, or you reinvest it back into the business to expand and grow your business. So there is a third way of using those excess profits. What you can do is you can put it back into your business and offer your customers more discounts and bring down your price. So what happens is that when you use that profit to bring down the price of your respective product or a service, offer more discount to your customer, so they end up buying back more products from you and they keep coming back to you again and again. So this is a vicious circle. So you increase the price, customer comes to you, he buys more products and service, your revenue grows up, your profitability grows up. And you use that profit, you use that excess profit to offer more discount, reduce the prices of your products, your customer likes it, he comes back to you again and again. So this is a model that Costco as a brand uses, this is a model that Amazon uses. I would like to end this speech with a quote by Mr. Vidyapeeth, who says that a dreamy business has 4 important characteristics. Number 1, customers love it. Number 2, it has the potential to grow for a long period of time. Number 3, it has a strong returns on invested capital. And number 4, it's durable with time in terms of gaining market share and competitive advantage. So that's it from me. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. It was a pleasure to hear from you. Further, it is the end of the auditorium event. I would request the registrar, sir, Vidyapeeth, Mr. Prem Kumar Sariman, sir, to please come on the stage, to please come on the dais and propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all of you. It is a really pleasure and pride for me to express a vote of thanks from the Lingaya Vidyapeeth to the eminent speakers who have addressed to our students, faculties, and other persons, those who are the visitors who have come across their have traveled. I express my sincere thanks to Dr. Paul and other dignitaries, those who are on the dais, Mr. Santosh, Dr. Amit, Dr. Kotal Jain, and what are the eminent speakers, they have expressed a lot of the things. While I was hearing to Dr. Paul, he has beautifully elaborated the performance and 8P. Such these type of the tips and knowledge, very few people they express in such a defined way. That was very well explained, and I express very sincere thanks to Dr. Paul. Similarly, the eminent speaker, they talked of the technological innovations. They gave an live examples of Fiat, Ambassador, HMT. I personally feel that we all need to know it, and he was more emphasizing on all the ideas are valuable. None of the idea is bad. Man Jan, he beautifully defined all the entrepreneurship. She explained in such a way that we need to learn a lot of the things from the man's address, wherein she has promised that she will address with sentence of presentations. Similarly, my friend from YMCA talked about the passions. Beautifully, he has defined me. And the other speakers, Santosh, very well he defined about the startup and give a very live examples. Sir, we are very grateful to you for just sharing the very live examples and giving a lot of the insights and inputs to our students, to our visitors who are here. I express my sincere thanks to our Honorable Chancellor Dr. Vidyapeeth, Pro Chancellor, Dr. Soni, who are regularly encouraging our team to come up with the ideas and to develop the students from all the perspectives, not only from the academics, just take them through the life examples, motivate them, convince them for writing the projects. We more emphasize on the research and development. We more emphasize on the quality assurance, on the qualitative evaluations. So with all that, I express my very sincere thanks to Dr. Smriti, who has beautifully designed, and from the last, I will say that from the last 2 months, she has been working very hard. I have seen her going up and down and doing a lot of work. I express, Samiti Madan, really very, very thanks to you for making all this. Similarly, along with Samiti, there is a strong team of the School of Commerce and Management who have been working day in and day out and making this event more successful. This is a design for 2 days. We are just controlling it the first half. And really, it is a pleasure to go through the ideas of such eminent speakers and to listen to them. Once again, I express my sincere thanks to all of you, all the visitors, all the students, those who are present, who are participating, and I express my thanks to all those organizations, colleges, schools who have sponsored their visitors, who have sponsored the students or teachers and faculty to participate in this. With all this, I express my again sincere thanks to all of you, and I hope that you will have a passion and you will have a more debate and discussions from such eminent speakers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Very well said and appreciated. Thank you. Before I end, I request all the dignitaries and the guests to please come forward for a group photograph. I request you to please come forward for a group photograph. I request the also to please come and join us for a group photograph. It will be a privilege to have you. Kanta sir, please. So please, thank you so much. Before we end, now I request to please stand up on their respective seats for the national anthem. I request all of you to please stand up on your respective seats for the national anthem.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत।
Thank you everyone. For further information, lunch coupons have been provided in the kits. Please proceed to the mess area for the same and leave the coupons. Coordinators, please escort all the participants and the parents for the lunch to the mess area. And